At some point, many of us that own a home and have built up some equity start thinking about some home remodel or home renovation projects. Now, the question is, how are we going to pay for those bad boys, and are there any types of loans available for home improvements? Let's take a look. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent near you, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, just like everything else in life, there's the benefits, there's the pros, there's the cons, there's the bad. So let's take a look at some of the options that you have for your home improvements, because at the end of the day, there is no right magic bullet that's going to be right for everybody. It's all about your circumstances and what's going to be best for you. Hopefully after our conversation today, you'll be able to make a well-informed decision that's best for you. The first thing that you could consider is a home equity line of credit, also referred to as a HELOC. Now with a HELOC, it is arguably one of the least expensive and easiest ways of tapping into your home's equity, but it does come with a major disadvantage. That disadvantage being a variable interest rate for the time it takes you to repay the home equity line of credit. Not everybody is cool with a variable interest rate. Can you tap into it? You sure can. At the same time, you gotta be prepared for the realities of that variable interest rate. Now, some of the advantages of a HELOC is it's almost like having a credit card called your home. It's like the bank of your house in a way, because you can tap into that amount of equity that you want to tap into without tapping into all your equity. You can just take out that portion that you need and repay it back, a lot like using a credit card. Now, I would warn you, don't use your house like a credit card. Now, if you're looking at home improvements, okay, great. You're making home improvements with the idea that you're going to enjoy them while you're living there, and it's going to add value into the future. But don't go out and buy a new yacht, a Rolls Royce, or perhaps a new fancy wardrobe. We don't want to do those type of things, and we don't want to use your house as a credit card for that purpose. For the purpose of home improvement, okay. Make sure that you chat this over with your mortgage broker or loan officer to ensure that you understand all the pros and cons of the home equity line of credit to find out if this is the best way for you to make your new dream improvement. All right, so if you don't like the idea of variable interest rates, then what can we do? We can actually do what's called a home equity loan. With a home equity loan, you're not going to have the variable interest rate, but just like everything else in this conversation, there are some pros and some cons. While one of the advantages of a home equity loan is the fact that it does have a fixed interest rate with periods of 10 to 30 years for a payback period, it does become kind of like a second mortgage onto your home. In fact, in a lot of cases, it does. So you want to review that with your local loan officer that you use to help you get your home loan and see if it's going to be the right decision for you. Now, one of the biggest disadvantages of a home equity loan is that it does come with a notably higher interest rate overall. But at the end of the day, at least you know what your interest rate is going to be and how much you're going to be paying on your home equity loan. It's all up to you to make the right decision that's best for you. Now, one of the most common sources for a home equity loan might actually come from a suggestion from one of your contractors that wants to do that project or that you wish to hire for that project. And because this can be one of the most expensive ways of tapping into your home equity, what I'd like you to do is simply Google and do some comparison shopping of home equity loan providers in addition to going to your local bank or credit union. At the end of the day, get the details and make a well-informed decision that's right for you. The third way to tap into your home equity is what's called a cash-out refinance loan. So when talking about a cash-out refinance, if the project that you have in mind is one of the smaller projects, let's say that you just want to repaint the house and you're going to be able to repaint it for $4,000 or $5,000, probably not a great idea to do a cash-out refinance. Now, if you have a lot of equity in your home and you intend to do a major remodel project or a major renovation and you need a lot of money, then it might become a good idea to do a cash out refinance. Now, just like I was talking about the home equity line of credit earlier today and being wary of using your house as a credit card, I'm going to also tell you to please be careful when considering a cash out refinance. Look, it's not that I'm trying to scare you, it's that I'm preparing you for the realities of the situation. When you do a cash out refinance, it kind of resets that clock in a lot of cases onto the mortgage balance and term of your loan. And your interest rate is also going to be at the prevailing rate at that time. So it's important for you to take stock of the overall situation. Best way to do that is to simply pick up the phone and talk to your mortgage broker or your local loan officer and explore the different options they have available for home improvement loans. And when you're thinking about a cash out refinance, please make sure that you understand the details of how it's going to work and be clear on your objective here. There are so many different ways to tap into your home's equity. All I urge you to do as a trusted real estate advisor is to please think it through to ensure that you're making the best and most well-informed decision that's right for you. And the fourth thing to know is to please avoid mistakes in using any of these. Now, I have said it on each and every type that I've been sharing with you for these type of loans that are typical for home improvements. They all come with pros and cons. So what must we do as a savvy consumer? We must ensure that we understand understand the devil is in the details and we understand the terms and conditions that apply. Simply ask the loan provider point blank, what are the pros and cons of this? And if you were going to do an improvement on your home, what type of source would you use if you didn't have the cash in the bank ready to go? Let's see how they answer that question when you put them in the hot seat and what they would choose to go with personally. Knowing that will help you and guide you along your path. If you're wondering, hey, Andrew, you've mentioned in different videos that you've made that you do a lot of renovation to your home. Do you use a home equity line of credit? No. You're probably saying, okay, so do you use a home equity loan? No. Hey, Andrew, so what do you think about the cash out refinance? Do you do that? No. What do? I do it the old way because I know that the house that I have, when I buy a house, and the same thing I always ask people to consider when buying a house is the first question, how long are you going to live there? I know I'm going to be in my house for quite some time. So I prefer to save, and then when I have the cash ready to go, then to make my home improvement. Now, that's realistic for some people. It's not realistic for all people. But if you ask me personally how I do it, that's how I do it. I just save and I come up with a renovation calendar that normally spans years to get certain projects done and how long it's going to take for me to save up that money before embarking on the quest of knocking out the new improvement or renovation to my home. Now, you might like that idea too, and if that's right for you, cool. But if it's not, you do now know some other loan products that are available. Avoid the mistake of using your home as a credit card. When we look back onto history, in 2008, part of what it got us there was people cashing out their homes, people taking out too many home equity lines of credit or getting a home equity loan that were ill prepared to pay it back. So we don't want to get in that position again. If we don't learn from our history, we are doomed to repeat it. So let's take those hard lessons learned from 2008 and ensure that we don't do them again. Okay, so now that you know more about 3 different types of loans that you can take for your home improvement, let's take a closer look at how does a home equity line of credit work and a beginner's guide to refinancing your mortgage. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll see you in a few.